Homeschooling preschool does not have to be difficult. In fact, when we look at homeschooling, we realize that homeschooling is really just an extension of parenting. And nowhere is that more obvious than we are first starting to work with our preschoolers with homeschooling in mind. My name is Allison Morrow, and I'm founder of goodschooling.net. And today I'm going to talk to you about 5 different, very easy strategies that you can use to homeschool your own preschooler. So the first strategy is to remember play, discovery, and exploration. These 3 things are the most important experiences that you can give your preschooler. Not formal lessons, not workbooks, not curriculum. The last thing you need is curriculum when you are working with a preschooler. They are still wired to learn through play, discovery, and exploration. And so the more time you can give them to do those things, the more opportunity you're giving them to fully express and experience the way that they have been wired to learn. Working with children through academic and formal academics is really something that does not start clicking in until more like 7 or 8 years old. For boys, it can sometimes be even later than that. And so if you try to work with your child in a very formally structured way, the kind of thing that we think about when we think about school, chances are you're going to find that your child is really not interested. They do not have the attention for it, and they really just want to go do their own thing. And that is because that's how they are wired. They just want to go use their imaginations and explore the world and use their senses to experience everything around them. So if you can give them huge chunks of time during your day to do that, then you're actually doing one of the best things that you can do, even though it feels like you're not doing very much at all. The second strategy is to read out loud to them as much as they will let you. They don't always have to be sitting right next to you while you do it. They don't always have to look at the pictures. Have them do that with you maybe once a day, but it's entirely okay for them to be playing with their dolls or playing with their Legos or drawing or playing with Play-Doh, engaging their other senses while they're listening. That's absolutely fine, because what's happening is you're creating a positive, warm experience that is centered around the idea of reading. And the older they get, that foundation is going to help them become kids who love books. Now, it won't guarantee it, right? But it helps to set that foundation. So find lots of books, go to the library lots of times, at least once a week if you can swing it. Get as many books as they will let you take out. And don't worry about having to follow certain themes or trying to read certain kinds of books. There are some great book lists out there of really high quality children's literature. Absolutely find some of those, but do not stress yourself out, because it's really more about just creating that warmth and that positive connotation around the idea of reading. As much as they will let you do is how much you want to do. The third strategy is to facilitate their interests. There's that meme, you might say, that cliche of like the 4-year-old who knows everything about dinosaurs. Not every child will do that kind of thing where they really, hyper focus on one particular concept, but some kids will. Others will just kind of flit from thing to thing, and that's entirely okay. But one of the best things about homeschooling at any age, but particularly awesome for preschoolers, is to help them learn about the things that they're excited about learning about. And it might be that they come to you with a question, and right then you can hop on to YouTube or onto Pinterest or wherever and find an activity or find some information. Or you can go to the library and say, so what do you want to learn about? You want to learn about space? You want to learn about mummies? You want to learn about horses? Whatever it is, go find those books and help them to learn more about the big world that's out there. The more that they are exposed to, the more opportunity they have to find something that they think is really cool, that they want to keep learning about. But by acting as a facilitator, you're also showing them, first of all, that you're partnering with them, that their education is not just going to be about you coming in and imposing all this stuff, but that it's a partnership, you and them working together. But then it also shows them that learning can be fun, that when they come up with something that they're curious about, they can go learn those things. We're laying the foundation for creating lifelong learners. We're showing them how we find information, how we find things when we're wanting to answer questions or we want to learn more about something. We go to these websites. This is how we search for things. We go to the library. Here's how we find library books. Here's how the library is laid out. We're teaching them all sorts of things just by the experience of saying, what do you want to learn about? And then saying, all right, let's go do that together. The fourth strategy is to introduce them to lots of new experiences and places. That does not mean you have to spend a whole bunch of money. It means maybe every other week you go to a new park, somewhere that you haven't been before. Or maybe you look for the free days at the museums downtown. Or you look and see what they're doing at the library. Maybe they're going to have a puppet show. Maybe they're going to have a magic show. You take them to different parts of town and you get out and you wander the streets. You go into different kinds of shops. You talk to different kinds of people. Just taking them out into the world is one of the best things that you can do for young children, because it not only helps them to see what the whole big wide world is like, but it helps them to see that they, even as children, can engage in it. And it shows them how, it teaches them how to talk to people, how to act in different kinds of places, where you go to do certain kinds of things, right? Taking your child with you to run errands is actually a great life lesson, because you're showing them all the different kinds of jobs that are out there, all the different kinds of people. You're helping them learn true socialization by talking to lots of different kinds of people, people who don't look like you, people who don't maybe talk like you. Go to restaurants and try new foods. Just look for things that are different, things that are new, things that are unique. It can also look like getting different kinds of art materials. Maybe, we all have crayons and markers and watercolors. Maybe you get some clay, not just some Play-Doh, but some actual clay. Or maybe you find a place where they can go paint on an actual canvas, not just, the paper that you use at home. Maybe you find some free concerts or some children's theater. All sorts of different options are out there. Just look and see what your community offers, and don't be afraid to take your child to all these new places. And then the last strategy is to invite your child into your world. Like we said previously, taking your kids with you when you run errands, I know sometimes it can be a little annoying. Sometimes it makes things a little more difficult. Sometimes we like to go by ourselves so we can get our coffee and we can have some quiet. Absolutely take those opportunities when you need them. But remember too that when you bring your child with, not only are you exposing them to things, but you're teaching them how to do it, right? And young children in those preschool years, they love to do what you do, right? They see you cleaning and they want to come help. They see you folding laundry, they want to come help. Take advantage of the fact that they want to help you. This is the best time to start assigning chores to your child, because they're actually wanting to help you. I know that means things are not going to be folded nice and neat. It means that things are going to be missed when they're dusting or whatever, but that's not the point. You can always, when they go down for a nap or when they go to bed, you go back and, fix things as you need to. But by inviting them into your world, letting them come alongside you and do the things that you do, they get to be just like mommy, right? They get to be just like daddy. Those of you who are dads that are getting to homeschool your kids, they want to be like you. They want to do the things that you do. Take advantage of that and bring your little sidekick along and encourage them. You're getting so good at that. I know it was really hard the first time that you did that, but look how much better you're getting. It is so helpful that you helped me with this. Thank you so much. Just by giving them that encouragement, that builds them up so much. And it, again, builds a positive connotation with doing these chores around the house. And then it's also teaching them responsibility. It's teaching them life skills, how to actually do these things. It seems like a simple, easy thing, but it's actually laying a very important foundation. And it's very integral to working with kids in these early years. So hopefully you can see now how easy it can be to homeschool with preschoolers. I do have a download that you can get, and I'm going to put the link to that in the description. And it's a chart that helps you kind of divide up your day, your week, your month, and your seasons. Because I know that we all get kind of bored doing the same thing over and over and over, right? And so this little schedule, it helps you kind of figure out how you can kind of change things up during your day, what kind of different elements you might look for to build up your daily schedule, and then things that you can do, maybe try to do once a week things that you can insert once a month to just, again, kind of keep introducing them to new things. And then even some seasonal activities that you can do different parts of the year to kind of help them see the rhythms of life, right? From one season to the next. So I hope that you have found this video helpful. If you found value here, I hope that you will subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and I would love to hear what you plan to do with your preschooler. Go ahead and leave me a comment, and I'd love to hear too if you decide to get that guide and if you find it helpful. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will talk to you again later. Remember, you can homeschool, and good schooling can help. Take care. Bye.